So, OBJ is officially no longer a Cleveland Brown. Not to say I told you so, but I kind of told you so. I have this theory, I've written about it, called the say it out loud theory. So here was the biggest celebrity wide receiver, houses in New York, vacations in Paris, house in Hollywood, playing for a blue blood NFL franchise that had won multiple Super Bowls with probably a Hall of Famer, Eli Manning. And he gets traded to a losing culture, a cocky young quarterback, a front office in turmoil in Ohio. Yeah, I'm going to go with it doesn't work. It wasn't hard to see. In fact, his first year, not making this up, one of our bosses here at Fox, his dog ran out of his yard. 5 minutes later, OBJ came over the fence and says, "Is this your dog?" He was in Los Angeles that first year. It felt like more than Cleveland. He didn't want to be there. And by the way, most of the big moves in the NFL that work sound like they would work. Tom Brady is going to go to Tampa, and they are stacked with wide receiver and tight end talent. Yeah, that's going to work. Matt Stafford, super talented. He's going to join the brilliant offensive head coach, Sean McVay. Yeah, that kind of sounds like it worked. Stephon Diggs, one of the great receivers, deep threats in the NFL, is going to join cannon for an arm, Josh Allen. Yeah, I think that's going to work. DeAndre Hopkins is going to join an emerging star at quarterback, Kyler Murray, with an offensive coach who loves the big play in Cliff Kingsbury. Yeah, those sound like they're going to work. Or flashy superstar, big city receiver, known for drama, to young, cocky quarterback, losing culture, turmoil everywhere in a really tough division. Come on, man. Open your eyes, Browns fans. We've been telling you this for 2-3 years now. The data even suggested very early. It doesn't work. It's too much pressure on Baker. It's just too much pressure. That's why I said I'm not blaming anybody. Now, do I think there's a market for OBJ? I think it's very tiny. I was on the phone this morning with an executive in the NFL who had faced him earlier this year. He's not a guy you have to game plan around. I do think if you add him to a very strong winning culture in Kansas City, a strong winning culture in New England, a strong winning culture, say, in Baltimore, a strong winning culture in New Orleans, I think it can work. Again, strong winning culture, formidable, respected head coach. Now, it should be noted, some things do work that don't sound like they'll work. I'll give you an example. I didn't think this was going to work. I was shocked. Impatient, pretty rigid, high basketball IQ, demanding point guard Chris Paul to the tanking Oklahoma City Thunder and all those kids. I'm like, oh, he's going to be screaming at these guys. I'll be damned, that thing worked. That was good. So sometimes, it's not perfect. I did not think the Chris Paul to Oklahoma City had a shot, and it was great. But my theory, though, on why Cleveland went after OBJ, and I have long held this belief, that losing sports teams have what I call low sports self-esteem. And they often take weird, unnecessary risks to solve their many problems. They overcompensate. That's what John Dorsey did here. This is what people often do that don't save their money and invest early in life. They take big, unnecessary swings in their 60s on investments to overcompensate for mistakes earlier in life. This was never going to work. And ask yourself this, Ohio, and you watch the show, though you claim you don't, because I see the ratings. What works in Cleveland? Grinder J.C. Tretter, the center who was the president of the Players Association, smart and a grinder. Midwestern work ethos, Joe Thomas. Overlooked Nick Chubb. Hardworking, loves football, grinder Jarvis Landry. Not dramatic receivers and cocky quarterbacks. Cleveland's history. Brian Sipe, Bernie Kosar. Go look at your baseball, your basketball, LeBron James. Yeah, he's a star. But LeBron James, high standards, puts the work in, very demanding, very smart. That's what works in Cleveland because it mostly works everywhere. But losing franchises take big swings to overcompensate for their many holes. This was never going to work. We had our doubts. We told you early the data suggested it wasn't working, and you kept clinging to it. Hopefully now that you're a better franchise today than 3 years ago, you'll make the next several steps. Cocky isn't how you win Super Bowls. Nick Chubb, J.C. Treader, Jarvis Landry, the soul of your franchise now is grinders, overlooked grinders. So according to Pro Football Talk, that's a website, Aaron Rodgers, per a league source, is furious over the fact that his true status was leaked. Rodgers consistently did not wear a mask when in the public eye, even in circumstances when he should have. That also helped him sort of hide the truth, right? So he got caught lying here. He should have been wearing a mask, and he wasn't. But he is furious over the fact that his status was leaked. Time out. Dude, be mad at yourself. Okay, the reason we found out was because simply of league protocol. This was not media hiding in bushes, going through dumpsters, hovering around your house. The original report regarding his positive test included a clear statement that he'd miss Sunday's game, an implicit acknowledgement that, as vaccinated players would be, he would not be eligible to generate 2 negative tests in 24 hours apart to make it back Sunday. So therefore, we knew, reporters jumped on it, connected the dots, he is not vaccinated. This is classic Aaron Rodgers playbook. Blame others, blame the media. You tried to concoct some witch's brew. The league said, no, it doesn't count. It's not on us. We just found out about it. You didn't get vaccinated. You said immunized. That's not on us. You said it. I have been critical of Aaron in his career by the same methods of just connecting the dots. I've had multiple people tell me he will ghost them on the phone if they're ever critical. I had 2 teammates tell me he was highly moody. There was multiple family members who publicly called him out. So when I have said I think Aaron's a handful to deal with, I do not believe it's irresponsible or outrageous. I am just connecting the dots. And once again, Aaron is going to the classic Aaron playbook. You, pointing, you. Aaron, you failed a test, and your inability to play gave everybody a connect the dots route to you're not vaccinated, which it's been discovered you're not. That is not on us. We are not being irresponsible. We are not diving through dumpsters or hiding in bushes. I mean, this stuff now, Aaron is a lot of work. Again, I'm connecting the dots, right? But this is another example of the classic Aaron playbook. The media is wildly irresponsible. Family members, teammates, ghosting people, lying, manipulating words. Come on now. I have not seen a single member of the media in the last 3 or 4 days, I could be wrong on this, that has been, at least the ones I follow, that have been irresponsible. I can argue there was a quarterback who was irresponsible. And by the way, I criticize Cam Newton and Carson Wentz and Kirk Cousins. So I would be a complete hypocrite if I did not similarly criticize Aaron Rodgers. As I've said, teams carry 7 receivers and 8 linebackers and 4 tight ends, and a quarterback has a different burden of responsibility on the vaccination. The league doesn't mandate it, and most of society is not mandating it, but there are people in the corner office who maybe have more connectivity to workers or more responsibility, or they're more crucial, that I think should get it out of a responsibility to people beyond themselves. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.